so. Oh, ho, what have we here?
I'd like you to meet our new resident secretary, Miss Sadie Rose.
Now that's my idea of how to fill a Christmas stocking. Welcome to Haverford Manor, my dear.
Sadie, this is my son, Yule. How do you do?
Your resident secretary, you say?
Yes, she has marvelous credentials.
So I see.
Not only is she skilled as a secretary, but she is also qualified as a bookkeeper.
You don't say. My dear, I'm sure we shall get on famously. I too have a head for figures, especially figures like yours.
Heart has touched makes my blood run cold.
Now see here, Yule, I must insist on courtesy to Miss Rose. She is one of us now.
Oh, Mother, must you be such a scold? I was but showing Sadie that not all the Haverfords have withered on the vine.
Thank you, Mr. Haverford. Ma'am, if you don't mind, I'd like to repair to my quarters and freshen up a bit.
Of course, my dear. You mustn't be upset by Yule. I fear his manners are a bit rusty from lack of use. I'll have Seth show you to your room, and please hurry back down to us. There are more of the Haverfords I'd like you to meet. More pleasant ones, I assure you.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Haverford. I shall go to my room and return shortly, if you like.
Really, Mother, you do put a grip in a fellow's style. I've got a right to have some fun.
Now, Yule Haverford, now you listen to me. You relinquished any rights you might have had when you moved from under this roof. You're always welcome here as a guest, but I will not tolerate any crude discourtesy.
The only thing I relinquished when I moved out of this mausoleum was my obligation to listen to your constant carping. Silence, woman.
How can you break your mother's heart?
Oh.
How can you be so cruel?
My crackers.
Yule, today, of all days, why, it's Christmas, Yule. Your birthday. Just 25 years ago today, you and your brother, Noel, were born. Your father used to say, if it's a thing worth doing, it's worth doing in duplicates.
Cease! Save those sickening sentiments for my simpering sibling.
Don't be cruel, Yule.
Very well, then spare me your hysterics, then.
It's just that I'm so upset. Today of all days. Why, even your brother Noel is upset. He's down at the bank right now, poring over the books.
Egad, could he have stumbled onto my little scheme?
He thinks there may be mischief afoot.
Noel working today. Perhaps he's onto something. I'd better go right down and lend him a hand.
Oh, please do. That's more like my boy. Please see if you can help him get to the bottom of any irregularities.
You can be sure I shall. And if I find he's too close for comfort, I fear my dear twin may be in for a bit of red ink of his own. You, dear mother.
Why is my heart so heavy? Surely there could be no trouble at the bank that wouldn't yield to the double efforts of my twin sons.
Hello, Mother. Didn't I just see my loving brother Yule dashing out the door?
Yes, April, you just missed him. He was here, and when he found out his brother love her, April. She's a real gem.
I've returned this request, Mrs. Haverford.
I think so.
We were just speaking of you, Sadie. I would like you to meet my daughter, April. April, this is Miss Sadie Rose.
Oh, welcome, Sadie. I can see why Mother spoke so glowingly of you. Oh, I'm pleased to meet you, Miss Haverford. Oh, please, call me April. Well, thank you, April. How unlike her brother.
I'm assured, Sadie, that her role here is to be more than resident secretary. She is to consider herself as one of the family.
Family, it's such a beautiful word. I never dared to say it aloud. Why, Sadie, have you no family of your own?
No, April. Sadie comes to us from the Prater Priory for abandoned waifs.
I've never lived in a real weasel. Never forget how lucky you are to have known a mother's love. Oh, you poor dear. You've never known a mother's love? Only the Mother Superior. And she had so many charges, she was obliged to be quite severe. But your name, Sadie Rose. Well, I was brought to the Priory as a mere babe in arms, brought by a beggar woman who had rescued me from a band of gypsies. Oh, you poor dear! I arrived at a battered bassinet to which was attached a single withered rose. I'm told that the sisters called me Sad Rose until Mother Superior made them change Sad to Sadie.
Well, now that you're one of us, dear, I pray that you'll never be sad again.
Thank you, Mrs. Haverford. It's just as Mother Superior always said. The tears of sadness are but the fuel that will one day light our lamp of happiness. My heart goes out to you, dear Sadie. Around my neck where I was found was this tiny locket. It's inscribed, as you see, Ad Astra per Aspera. It means to the stars through hardship. I've known the hardship, and now your kindness is showing me the stars. I've kept this locket close to my heart my whole life. It's the only family I've ever known. Until now.
That's the saddest story I've ever heard.
This is a fine way for me to repay your kindness to me, burdening me with my petty woes. I was engaged to help you. Won't you show me where to begin? I muster my teeth.
On the morrow, my dear. Why, this is Christmas, and your arrival has made it a truly festive occasion. A joyous Noel, my dear.
Hello, did I hear my name mentioned? I am working at the bank. I mean, I just rushed home for a moment. There are some documents in Father's study I'd like to check.
Well, before you rush off, there's someone I'd like you to meet.
But, Mother,
No, this is Miss Sadie Rose, our new resident secretary.
But,
This is my other son, Noel.
How do you do, Mr. Haverford? A carbon copy of the other, but I sense such a delightful difference.
I'm delighted to make your acquaintance, Miss Rose. Her beauty quite takes my breath away. My knees have turned to pudding.
Why, no, dear brother. Whatever happened to that tearing hurry you were in?
What? Yes, there was something, but somehow the sense of urgency seems to have faded.
Please don't let me interrupt your busy schedule.
Oh, not at all, Miss Rose. After all, it is Christmas.
No, it just missed your brother Yule. He was here momentarily, and when I told him you were down at the bank working, why, he rushed right down to lend you a hand.
What, Yule on his way to the bank? I don't care for the sound of that at all. How long ago did he leave, Mother?
Oh, not 5 minutes ago. He suddenly had an urgent need to get down there right away.
I am sure.
No, what is Yule up to now?
It's too soon to say, but I must return to the bank at once. Please forgive me, Miss Rose. I'm sorry that our first meeting, although pleasant has been so brief.
Oh, please don't let me detain you. Why does my heart flutter so? Noel, let me come with you.
No time for that now. I must fly.
How it gladdens this mother's heart to have her two boys working again side by side. Can't you tell me what is afoot?
Not yet, Mother. I'm sure it will all become very clear before long.
I'm sure it will, dear. Now that my two boys are a team again. Now, if you'll all excuse me, I must speak to Toinette about preparations for luncheon. April, please see that Sadie is quite comfortable.
Yes, sister, please do. Please forgive me, Miss Rose, but urgent business takes me away. I shall return soon, and when I do, I hope that we may become better acquainted.
Yeah.
It pains me to leave her even for a moment.
Please don't let me detain you. He quite takes my breath away. Was there ever anyone so dashing?
I must dash. Collingsworth?
Oh, how awkward of me. Sorry.
Well, pull yourself together, man.
Dear me, Hollingsworth, are you hurt?
Not in the slightest bit. But thank you for asking, Miss April.
Oh, Hollingsworth, may I present our new resident secretary, Miss Sadie Rose. Sadie, this is Clarence Collingsworth.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Rose.
I'm happy to meet you, Mr. Collingsworth.
Merry Christmas to all. And may I say, Miss April, you're looking quite radiant this fine morning.
Clarence Collingsworth, if that's how you balance the books, I can see why there's trouble at the bank.
Balance the books? But that was a joke. Very good, Miss April. Did everyone hear that? Balance the books.
Here, let me help you with those.
Thank you. Thank you, Noel. I forgot that a load like that could be quite cumbersome for me to handle.
Oh, you did just fine, Collingsworth, but why have you brought these here?
Well, I was looking over these at the bank. I looked out the window, and who should I see coming across the square but your I saw someone approaching the bank.
You saw Yule approaching?
You can speak frankly in front of Sadie. She is one of us now.
My apologies, Miss Rose. Anywho, I thought it urgent to gather up these books and head out the back way.
Good thinking. It wouldn't do to have Yule stumble onto these before we complete our investigation.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Collingsworth. I think you may turn out to be a man after all.
Oh, woo.
That's very sweet of you, Miss April.
Surely you don't suspect your own brother of underhanded dealings.
I'm afraid the evidence is pointing in that direction, Miss Rose.
Yes, I bet it's pointing like a weather vane in a hurricane. Dear, but treachery against one's own family. Our dear brother Sadie would run us all at the stake just to light his cigar. Heavens! Have you gone to the authorities?
Not yet. Until the final piece of this puzzle is in place, we've got to keep it strictly to ourselves. If word of this leaked out now, I fear we would see a run on the bank that would ruin us.
Right. So we must proceed with both speed and caution. To leave absolute proof that Yule has done this, mum's the word.
Clarence Collingsworth, you and your hush-hush hocus-pocus make me want to scream. If you don't tell us what's going on right now, I'll never speak to you again.
Oh, too bad.
Bye, Miss April. The sparks in your eyes are quite becoming of you.
How can you be so stubborn? No, please don't keep us in the dark. What exactly have you got on our dear brother?
Well, not enough, I'm afraid. But a great deal of money has been drained from the bank. We cannot yet prove that it was Yule who did it, but Collingsworth has put us a lot closer by discovering how it was done.
Good for you, Clarence. Now be a sweetheart and tell us how he did it.
Oh, Miss April, you are quite persuasive.
I think I shall return to my room. This is a family matter, and I fear I am intruding.
Nonsense, Miss Rose. How could you be intruding? If we are to work together, I think that you and April should know the details.
Yeah.
But let's keep it from Mother as long as possible.